here is an example of graphing the exponential functions with the e. So the first thing we want to look for is, do we have any shifting numbers? This x minus 1 and this plus 1 are the shifting numbers. So remember, anything that's up here with x shifts horizontally, and it's the tricky x, so we're actually going to shift to the right 1. And then that plus 1 tells us our vertical shift, so we're going to shift up 1. The table of values we're going to make is going to be for the function without the shifting numbers. So y equals 3e to the x power. And this is just grabbing your calculator and getting these numbers. So I'll do one of them and then I'll pause it to get the rest. If we have to do 3 times e to the x, depending on your calculator, mine I can just do 3 times e to the negative 2 power, and that's going to give me the value. So it's 0.4. And then it's just a matter of plugging into your calculator to get the value. So I am going to get those values, and I'll be back in a second. So here are the rest of the points. So we're going to plot a negative 2.4. It's just a little bit above negative 2. Negative 1, 1.1. Actually, 0.4 is more towards a half, but whatever. Negative 1, 1.1 is right there. 0, 3, 1. 8.2 is going to be right around there, and then the 22.1 is too far off the graph. So those are the points, but they're all going to be shifted. We're shifting to the right 1 and up 1. So every point, I'm going to go to the right 1, up 1, cross off the old one, to the right 1, up 1, cross off the old, to the right 1, up 1, and then to the right 1, up 1. It's going to be right there, right where that one was. Our new asymptote, because the entire graph shifted up 1, the new asymptote is going to be up here at a 1. And then we can just connect our points. I did go through that point right there. And then remember, this is just going to level off right above the asymptote. So that asymptote that we drew in for the e functions is always going to be y equals, it's that horizontal line, y equals 1. Domain on these is all real numbers. But it's the range that we have to think about. It's all real numbers, but the entire graph is above our asymptote, so all of our y values are greater than that value of 1. So there's our domain, range, and asymptote.